It's Robin and Chet from Chet and Robin's Sea Lake Journeys.
Sea Lake Journey!
Woohoo! So we're going to talk to you tonight about shore excursions.
How do you book a shore excursion?
Well, we prefer to book our shore excursions online before we leave the house.
Why?
Because we like to have everything paid for before we leave the house, and there are no surprises. Not only that, we want to make sure that we get to do the excursion that we really want to do.
Yeah, we waited one time until we got on the ship. We said, we'll book it on the ship. And guess what? It was sold out.
It was sold out.
And we, sometimes you may not be going there again. This may be a bucket list place, right?
Yes.
And, oh, no, you missed your excursion. Don't do that. Book it early. Book it online.
And
book it through your cruise line.
Through your cruise line. Because we have made the mistake before of booking by the guy standing out there at the port. And it looked like a really good deal. It really did. And it was cheaper. Don't get me wrong. It was. And you end up exactly where the people from the ship are at.
Until your golf cart breaks down.
That happened to us. So we sweated it. We honestly barely made it back to the ship.
When we got on the ship, they were pulling the door up behind us.
It was scary. So
don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
The ship will leave you if you're on a third-party excursion. Some people book online, but they book at third-party to save 20 bucks. Trust me, it's not worth saving 20 bucks.
It's really not.
You get left behind because you're at the same place the cruise ship people are at, but your bus has a big old flat tire. The cruise ship people get back to the ship, and you're like, oh, no, what are we going to do? And you miss the ship. The ship will not wait for you. But if you're on a cruise ship excursion, they have a flat tire, they'll either send another bus to get you, or they'll hold that ship until they get the tire on there and get you in.
We have actually seen people that were on the exact same excursion we were on. We booked from the ship. They booked on their own. Their bus is following our bus. And their bus broke down and had a flat tire. And those people almost missed the ship because it was scary. Let me tell you, it's just not worth it. Saving $10, $15, $20, is that really worth you missing the ship for?
Not for me.
Not me either.
No, it's not. It's not worth it. Book it through your cruise line. Wherever that cruise line is, doesn't matter. You're just safer. Don't try to save 20 bucks. And also, when you get to the pier, some people just walk out and say, hey, I'll go off on my own. And sometimes that's okay. But be aware.
Yes. Okay, so you are not in America. You're not in America. The laws we have in America are not in every country. As Americans that travel, we forget that you are not in the land of laws like we have. You can put yourself in a very dangerous, potentially dangerous situation. And the other bright side of booking on the ship or before you get on the ship is we book before we get on the ship. So the day we get on the ship, there's our shore excursion tickets laying out on the counter waiting for us.
How about that? We just
get there.
There's our tickets.
Exactly where we're supposed to meet, what time we're supposed to meet, the whole 9 yards.
And a lot of times the ship will even say, hey, you're on this excursion. They'll either tell you meet down at the pier. There'll be somebody holding a sign. Or meet in the lobby. There'll be somebody holding a sign. They'll give you a place to meet up. They'll take you as a group and get you there and get you back.
Yeah, because if you get off a ship and all these people are standing out there, not now with COVID, not so much, but COVID's going to be over eventually, and we're going to go back to the world the way it is. And you get off the ship, and there's all these people holding up signs, and you're going, is that my excursion? And then some excursions have similar names.
Yes, very similar. This one's got Waterfall, Turtle Trail, and Fern Garden. This one's got Waterfall, Fern Garden, and Turtle Trap. Sounds close, but it ain't.
But it's not.
Yeah.
So you really have to, if you book it on the ship, then they make sure that they help you get to the right area for your excursion. The other thing is beware of restrictions. Restrictions on excursions. Now that, we travel as handicapped, we really have to pay attention to the excursions. There's a particular excursion we really want to go on, and we're not sure if they're going to let Chet do it because he only has one leg, because of the balance issue and the terrain. We've also been on excursions where the terrain was very challenging for Chet.
you have to check your fitness level. On the excursion guide, like through Princess, it'll show you this is an easy one, this is moderate, and this one is very extremely physical.
Yes.
Are you in good enough shape to do extremely physical? Maybe you ought to think about that. But there are also other restrictions that they will tell you on the website and on the ship if you're there, like weight restrictions.
Yes, a lot of things have weight restrictions. A lot of the places in the Caribbean, they have horseback riding.
Yes.
Okay, they're not the great big huge stallions like we have in America.
These are not Clydesdale, folks.
No, they're not even as large as our thoroughbreds are here in the United States. They're much smaller horses.
And the weight limits are usually 225 pounds.
Yes, so you know, you have to watch what the weight restrictions are, and they are usually very tight on whether or not that weight restriction is being exceeded.
Helicopters have weight restrictions. There's other excursions, go-karts and stuff like that have weight restrictions. And you just got to be aware of those things as well.
And pregnancies, there's a lot of them that will not let you be on it if you're pregnant. They don't care how far along pregnant you are.
That's right.
Neck and back issues.
Yep.
Those are also big.
Sometimes if you're on certain medications, if you have heart problems, there are restrictions on some of these excursions. There's another reason to look at the online site through the cruise line, or when you're on the ship, they can help you with those things too and help you determine if this is the right excursion for you.
And we've done like dune buggy on the beach and through the jungle. I had to have a driver's license. So you had to have a valid driver's license to be able to drive one of these little dune buggies. The reason is because when we started on the little dune buggies, we were driving through the streets of town, of the villages. So you're on a paved road, you have to be able to have a driver's license. It's not all off-road. So don't think that just because it's an off-road vehicle, it's all off-road. We've actually rode ATVs down streets before.
That's right. Sure have.
So we hope you enjoy our video, our little brief tips on excursions.
That's right. And we hope you subscribe to this channel. Yes. We're still trying to get to 1 million subscribers. Oh, wait.
1 million.
100.
100. We just want 100 subscribers. And we...
or 1 million. Whichever comes first.
Well, y'all have a good night. We'll see you around.
Woo!